Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I am Aaron Loomis. With me today is Jiunn, Seth, guys, John McTavish. How you guys doing today?
Not too bad. Tired.
Doing all right.
So today we are talking about the Camacho Distillery Edition Corojo Toro. Cigar is 6-inch by 50 ring gauge. Comes out of the Diadema Cigars de Honduras factory in Honduras. Wrapper is Honduran Corojo Ligero. Binder is Honduran Barrel Aged Corojo and Corojo Ligero. Filler is Honduran Corojo. Price point is $9.25. Cigar was released in July of 2019, and we were able to pick these cigars up from Havana Fills. So thank you to Havana Fills, and check them out for
Havana Feels.
all your cigar purchasing needs. So with all that out of the way, June, what was your overall experience with the cigar?
I thought overall was average, but it wasn't a bad cigar. But when you tell me certain leaves or leaves in the binder in this particular one is aged in ex-bourbon barrels, I expect to taste bourbon-esque flavors, and I don't really think I got much of that at all. I mean, I think it's something like this, like sweetness that's kind of like syrupy, like corn syrup kind of a thing going on. But I didn't think that it was enough to to say, oh man, I think this is not just bourbon. Let's just put a huge category out there and say, I think this is spirit aged. You know what I mean? Not even whiskey, just say spirit aged of some sort. And I didn't really get much of that. So, bourbon is typically quintessential bourbon. It's like oak. There's a lot of sweetness in like caramel, brown sugar, vanilla, those kind of notes. I didn't get any of that. But then again, the cigar wasn't bad. I thought that was tasty. It had kind of like had like good sweetness, creaminess, got a little spice going on. And it wasn't bad. It's not what it's marketed to be. So to that extent, it was a letdown.
All right, Seth, how about you? What were your overall thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's as June said, I was getting some creamy spice. I got some like citrus herbal qualities. I got a little touch of oak early on, but the cigar definitely did not deliver that oak in bourbon quality like the Connecticut did. So it's kind of a letdown in that sense. The flavor profile wasn't to my liking. I'm sure some people out there would probably enjoy it, but I just couldn't really get into the cigar throughout, and it didn't ever go anywhere. It was a decent cigar, but it's not something I'd go back to. It just kind of goes back to what I say when you make a Honduran Puro. It's just one of these things, you can really make a great one, or you can make something that's just not going to do anything. And the cigar was below average.
All right, John, what were your thoughts?
It's true. Seth does say that, and it's good pearls of wisdom. I would actually weirdly think the regular Camacho Corojo I think is superior to this particular blend. So I'm not sure if they changed it up, but the regular Camacho Corojo is kind of one of my favorites, as is actually the regular Camacho Connecticut. And I agree with what's been said before me. The Camacho Connecticut Distillers Edition was outstanding. I mean, that was quite good, had a lot of the bourbon influence, and maybe that's just by the nature of the tobaccos that were used. Maybe, using a thicker Corojo, you need to age it for longer than 6 months. I don't know. I know it started out promising. The first third certainly had a lot of that really nice, spicy Corojo, thick, syrupy, cocoa, baking spice, cedar profile. But then really the second third and the last third was just quite linear, which was disappointing because, like June was saying, I really didn't get any of that bourbon influence for the rest of the cigar. And I found the draw quite resistant. And I'm wondering how much of that played into the profile. Burn was very good, but the draw had quite a snug quality to it. Aaron, what about you? What was your overall experience like?
Yeah, for me, the cigar started out with a punch of spice, but that mellowed and was kind of pretty much average until the final third when some bitterness joined in and the profile was really dry. I didn't detect any of the barrel aging other than the oak note, which I can't really say if that's attributed to the barrel aging or not, because I can get oak in a cigar that doesn't have any barrel aging to it, so I don't know for sure. But this Corojo definitely didn't capture the enhancement that the Connecticut did. And I don't really see myself returning to this cigar. Let's get into the score. Start at the top with Jiunn at 6 even. Seth was next at 5.85. John gave it a 5.55, and I gave it a 5.15. So, Jiunn, how'd that 6 work out for you?
6 worked out good. I did score the middle third to be good, a good score, just because it resembled more like a bourbon whiskey, kind of a sweetness to it than anything, and fuller flavors in general, let's just say. But I think 6 to me is an average score. I think it's if it's got to be better than 6, maybe like send me a cleaver or something.
Is that an
All right.
option? Do we get swag?
Let's
I
see
don't know
what
anything
Seth
about
says.
that.
Hey, Seth, 5.85. How'd that match up for you?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't blown away with it. I think John's nailed it. I think the regular Corojo is better to it. It's kind of a bummer too, man, because I think we all kind of enjoyed the Connecticut. And now we smoke this,
So
and
good.
you look at, I think looking at the trends of like these cigars which are using that bourbon infused tobacco, it seems like the ones with Connecticut are the ones that are popping. Maybe that's the secret. So I don't know. I'd go for the regular Camacho Corojo, but if you're going to choose one of the distilleries, I think going with the Connecticut's the best route. As of right now, we haven't had the Ecuador one. So yeah.
Fingers crossed.
All right, John, 5.55.
Yeah, so I think I would have been right around Seth's mark at 5.85 if it wasn't for the draw. I mean, the profile was slightly above average. The way we're talking, I'm sure the YouTube listeners and podcast listeners are like, "Oh, you guys are crapping all over another cigar." No, it's just I think the expectations were a little high based on the experience of the Camacho Connecticut. I mean, maybe if we had known that it was going to be that good, we could have had that one as the last one in the series, and we would have been praising it at the end instead of the beginning. But it just unfortunately didn't deliver like a lot of cigars don't when they're barrel aged. They just didn't deliver kind of what that barrel aging to me would bring to it. Certainly promising in the first third, but if it was up to me, I would definitely go for Camacho Corojo over the Distillers Edition, and it would be no question in my mind. Aaron?
Yeah, my 5.15 matches up well. Slightly below average flavor profile. Really good construction is what keeps its head above the surface of the water. So yeah, 5.15 is right where it deserved to be. Any other final thoughts from you guys on this cigar?
Well, I'm excited to try the Ecuador. I mean, it's a fun experiment. I actually really like the Coralart range of the Camacho. I don't know what you call it. The gloss. I call it the glossy series because they have that piano finish. It's so pretty on the shelf. But like, I really enjoy that entire series, like all the way from the Camacho Triple Maduro down to the Connecticut. So I'm hoping the Ecuador comes through because it's a nice cigar in the regular release.
One thing, if you like the Triple Maduro, Turrent had the triple play. Did you ever smoke that years ago?
Mm-hmm.
That was fantastic.
It was.
On a total random note.
Big fan.
That's for Aaron, the baseball guy.
There you go. All right, if you're just catching the video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us. We'll also check out the full written review on the website, developpalates.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, so iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
Camacho.